we wanted to go bold because this is a big topic, and it's the weekend standouts.
Yeah.
Before we start saying our weekend standouts, we want to hear what you guys think were the stars of the week. So
Yeah.
go comment down below, like who you think was the best player this week in your opinion. Like Pogba with, like, I don't know. We're gonna mention now, but who do you think were the stars? Put in the comments down below, guys. So I mentioned it. Like the first star I gotta mention is Pogba. Like
I
a
mean,
poker of assists,
yeah.
that is 100 million. Like
Yeah.
Pogba, if you are doing that type of performances,
Yeah.
you are you are valued at 100 million, a hundred
Yeah.
percent.
I mean, unreal. It was absolutely unreal, and there was a chemistry there. I don't think we saw it much last season. Tell me if I'm wrong, but between Bruno and Pogba, just like this innate nature of knowing where they were going to be, and that first assist to Bruno, right? That little
Mm-hmm.
dink over the top that we all know if you've ever played football, like
Mm-hmm.
you know that is virtually impossible
Mm-hmm.
most of the time to do, especially 9 times out of 10 or something. That just personified essentially what he was to that game. And like the interplay between where Greenwood was going and Pogba and Bruno, holy
Exactly.
crap. I mean, that was awesome to watch.
The
So,
Pogba Bruno Fernandes link up is unbelievable. I was gonna mention that. That's the first thing. Like those two, they're very comfortable playing with each other. And the reason why they're so comfortable is because they have a striker that balances out the way like they should play. Like if you see Greenwood is like that was the variable I wasn't expecting.
right.
By United having a striker playing like Greenwood was playing last game, United could win the league.
Yeah.
Because Greenwood, like with this level of movement, it's not the finishing because we knew that Greenwood was already the best finisher at Man United. But now
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing the off-ball movement that we were talking about. He
Right.
has it. Cavani, all those lessons that he had from Cavani, we're starting to see it.
Yeah.
Greenwood is slowly becoming a world-class star. Like if he scores like the goals that I think he might score more than 20 Premier League goals, that's it. He's in the talk.
That'd be
Like
great. Hold on. Hold
it
on.
could happen. It can
I need to
happen.
ask you a question. Are you giving Ole any credit for that win?
Yeah, I do give credit to Ollie on trusting Greenwood straight away instead of Cavani. Like
There you go.
if it were me, I would have put Cavani and he put Greenwood. And
Yeah.
like against Leeds, like against Bielsa, and we know that Bielsa plays very well against big teams.
Mhm.
He likes to go neck and neck, and like I was very surprised. Like Greenwood was the balance. He allowed Bruno to go forwards. He allowed Bruno to have the space. Like it was extremely fun to watch. Like Man
Yeah.
United, it's different. Like if I don't know, my thoughts can start changing now. Like this was,
Yeah.
but this
Well,
I still feel like they need a midfield. If they got a midfielder or Harry Kane, like this is
yeah.
what I was saying. And I was seeing Gary Neville talk with a press conference that they did with like Gary Neville, Carragher, and Roy Keane, and he said it like 10 years ago. Man United would sign Harry Kane, like, it wouldn't be Man City, it would be Man United.
Right.
And if Man United got Harry Kane, Brendan, wouldn't they win the league?
I mean, yeah.
That's
Probably.
it. That's it. That's all. That's all is needed.
Yeah, but
If
I
they
mean,
could get it.
a week ago we were also talking about Paul Pogba probably leaving the club, and now it's now he drops 4 assists, and we're all like, hey, he could provide 144 assists this year, and I don't know what the math is.
But Pogba might have left the club if Messi didn't go to PSG.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just what a game, and hey, Bruno, right? I thought it was hysterical. Harry Maguire on Instagram dropping in the comments section, great three penalties, mate. Right?
Well,
Because yeah, Bruno he scored a fair amount of penalties last year, but we all know those 3 goals he scored were not penalties. So that was pretty hysterical. And who
Odin
knows, maybe
Fernandes. Odin
yeah,
Fernandes.
it's
Oh, Yeah, we
I
need
don't
to
know.
get
The
into
funny
that.
thing is we're not even 2 games into the year, right? And we're already second guessing our predictions. But hey, Manchester City was like 14th. Everton was atop the podium at some point,
Mm-hmm.
like in October of last year. So we all know things change and they change very quickly here, but we like what we see. That United game was fun to watch. It took them a little while to break down Bielsa, but they did it.
They
Um,
did.
the other one I got to bring up though, because if we're talking about ridiculous performances, and this seems to be more often than not that we're doing this, but Erling Haaland, man,
Yeah.
are you serious? 2 goals, 3 assists. I think he's got there's been 8 or 9, 5 goals right in the first 2 games of the year. I mean, Dortmund, it was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And I mean, with his combination of speed, size, skill, ability to learn and work his ass off. I mean, if he's on a certain day, like he's just unstoppable, right? And I was going to tie this into your favorite show, Attack on Titan. I couldn't really figure it out, but he kind of reminds me of some sort of a Titan. Is there like an invincible Titan? I don't know, right? It, but in but I have to steal something from Fabrizio Romano because he went all Statman Dave on us. In 574 days, he's played 61 matches for Dortmund and he's scored 62 goals and has 18 assists. And he's already got 5 goals, 3 assists in 2 games this season. I don't give a crap if he was playing an eighth tier squad. That is still unreal for a kid to do,
Brennan,
right?
this is Raiola next summer.
Yeah.
This is Raiola. No pressure. No pressure. Just with the phone calls. Just
Yep.
accepting calls from Papa Perez, Abramovich, beam,
Yep.
beam, beam, the Glazers. Come
Yep.
on. No marketing needed with Haaland. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Like, 5 goals, 2 games, 3 assists. Striker. That is... How'd you do it, Haaland? Like, we're getting to the point that we're asking, how is it possible? Like, and now we start to get why, like, 130 million Chelsea were willing to pay it. Like, it's they paid it for Lukaku, but Dortmund weren't having it. But you mentioned it. Like, there's a very good chemistry now. Marco Rose might make something happen there.
It might.
Do you think like this Gio Reyna, this abundance of talent at Dortmund, can they win the Bundesliga?
I'm telling you, I mean, with a Marco Reus behind them, you've got the perfect blend of young, like guys that are just going to do anything they can to win, and they're going to celebrate every goal like it's the last goal they'll ever score. And then you've gotten a veteran leadership. Obviously, the defense there is still a question mark. But hey, if you score 5 goals a game, who the hell cares, right?
Like the way I see things is, I think they have the best player in the Bundesliga, Erling Haaland. And I know Lewandowski's in the league, but I'm saying it. Haaland, this season, I feel like Haaland wants and needs to have more goals than Lewandowski. Because if he's going to leave the Bundesliga, that we all know Haaland is going to leave the Bundesliga at the end of this season, he's going to leave as the top goal scorer. I'm going to go bold. I think Haaland is going to end up in front of Lewandowski in the goal scoring list in the Bundesliga.
Hey, do you think he can get the amount he got last year, the 40 plus?
Yeah, I think that's a repetition, and it's going to be a repetition. Because this is how I see things. When I was a kid, like, they were kids too, and they were idolizing Ronaldo and Messi. And we live in a society now so stats-driven. Like, you in the States, like, it's stats-driven 100%. And football, we're looking more and more to the numbers. And Haaland too. Like, I'm sure he knows how many goals Ronaldo has. Sure. Like, that's the expectations that he has. And the team, Raiola, like, he must be pumping this kid every day mentally. Like, he must be an animal. Like, Erling Haaland, my respect, because you're breaking records. You're breaking records, mate. Like, like, I wanted to highlight, like, my second weekend standout player. Like, Pogba was first, and second, I'm gonna put Eden Hazard, because I think Eden Hazard is finally gonna be the player that we were expecting him to be at Real Madrid. because what I saw yesterday was the
Yeah.
Haaland very confident, and I feel like he was very confident because physically he was in shape. Like you could see, he was doing what he wanted to do. Everything was flowing, and the connection with Benzema,
Mhm.
Eden Hazard with Benzema, that works out so well. Like I'm, if they get Mbappe,
Yep.
they have a proper team there because Casemiro's there. Valverde was really good. Alaba, this is an underrated move this summer. A lot of people talk about Varane to Man United, but no one
Sure.
talks about Alaba to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like Alaba is a proper signing for Real Madrid, and Courtois
Yeah.
still there.
Hmm.
Like they have a very good
Bruce.
team overall.
Yeah. Cruz. I mean, it is a very good team. It's just what was that? The front three was yeah, Benzema,
But Kroos didn't
Hazard,
play.
and
Kroos didn't
Gareth
play
Bale.
yesterday.
Who
It
did?
was Valverde,
Oh,
Casemiro,
there. Okay.
and Modric.
But
So
Bale started, right? Bale
yeah,
did.
yeah,
That's amazing. Imagine if they win La Liga with guys that they literally were chanting to like leave the club last year, right?
yeah.
That would be pretty interesting. But that's a good shout. I didn't actually get to see any of that Real Madrid game, so
I saw it all, and I wanted to mention this too. Like at Real Madrid, Vinicius
Mhm.
Junior, he's 21, and Rodrigo is 20. I don't
Mhm.
know how many more years they'll have at Real Madrid, but if they're gonna show that they want to stay, it's this year. Like
Sure.
Vinicius at 21, I remember it wasn't Messi won the Ballon d'Or at 21 for Barcelona. Like it's
Yeah.
now. That's the moment. Like
Yeah.
it's the moment. Like Vinicius and Rodrigo, it's the moment now to shine. It's
100 million
because
between the two of them, right? 100
it's
million.
true. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it might be 100 million. And what's interesting is we're talking about Mbappe going to Real Madrid. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna finance Mbappe to Real Madrid, pieces will have to leave.
Sure.
And if you are not performing at the level like Real Madrid are expecting you to,
Mhm.
Vinicius, bye bye. Rodrigo,
Yeah.
bye bye. Não dá, meu. It can happen. It can happen. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, that'll be a fun. I mean, La Liga is seemingly wide open this year. It really is, and that'll be fun to watch there. Obviously, Barcelona's playing right now, but all right, my next one. We have to go back. We'll go back to the Premier League. Chelsea, right? Hey, that was a great team performance. It was good to see Christian Pulisic get on the score sheet, but I think we have to take a look at Trevor Chalobah, right? Center back. I believe he can also play on. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, that goal he scored, I think it was to put him up 3-0, probably like the 55th. It was a screamer. Pretty awesome. But yeah, it was just absolutely cool. But what I really loved it was very Reece James like, which is hysterical, right? Because that's essentially who he was there. But for all the defensive, say, Cobham Academy products that are leaving Stamford Bridge right now, right? You still got Tuchel putting in Chalobah and entrusting him and building him up during the preseason in order to get this done. And did you see how much it meant to him?
Yeah.
Right? When he scored that goal, he went down. It looked like he broke out into tears. They were all running over to him. I think Christian Pulisic was more happy that he scored the goal than actually Chalobah did. But you just saw how much it meant to the kid, and that a lot of these kids that get a chance to play for this club, with how good and successful that Chelsea Academy is, this is a dream come true, and they will fight for that badge. So that was really cool to see, and we'll see if he can replicate it in the future, or whether or not this emergence makes a Jules Koundé move less likely. I think they'll still try and get him, but maybe it makes it less likely, right?
Fantastic shout out there, because Chalobah, I didn't know if you saw it, but like he has tweets saying that he was gonna make it one day, like, "Mom, you're gonna see me one day make it," that type. And seeing a player that, as Lukaku did, Chalobah did speak to existence to the point he's at now, and that deserves a lot of recognition, because like the truth is, Tuchel, I think that was an offer for Chalobah of 20 to 30 million. I can't remember the club. I think it was a German club, and Tuchel said no. No, can do. It was 20 million from an so Tuchel, again, every decision now that Tuchel does is like he touches gold. It becomes gold. Like Chalobah, Mark Guéhi leaves, Tomori leaves, Chalobah stays, and Chalobah looks like the one that he's gonna rise to that position. So really good shout out there. Like it's
and against Mark Guéhi too, right? Who was starting for Crystal Palace. So that must have felt.
So it's fitting. So my last standout weekend standout is a Portuguese guy, and I did mention him last podcast, and I'm gonna mention him again because what I saw this weekend was Braga Sporting again, and this match, like, it's a league match, and we're seeing that Porto and Benfica, they're not gonna lose points very easily. It's gonna be a three-man race like this Portuguese league, and seeing Pot is my standout player this weekend because he's got 3 goals in 2 games for Sporting, and I really believe that Pot is gonna leave Sporting for a huge fee because he's showing signs of not being just another player. You know, he's the type of player like that is worth spending to. You know, and that's what I love about Ruben. The players that Ruben Amorim develops, they all seem to have a lot of tactical knowledge given by him. And Pot has loads of awareness. He knows where to be on the pitch. Like, because he played with a João Mário, and João Mário's not there now. Mateus Nunes is there. And Pot's playing extremely well. Fantastic movement, good finishing, complete player. So, watch out, guys. Pot. Pedro Gonçalves.
Well, you put up Bruno numbers.
It's crazy that Pot didn't even get 5 minutes to play for Portugal in the last Euros. He's the type of player that could have an impact, a positive impact in the game. So, guys, expect to see him. He's quality, man.
I mean, you put up Bruno numbers, you probably get a Bruno transfer, right? So that's pretty impressive and definitely a good shout out. Well, then my last one, and I won't spend too much time, but I'm going to go a little homer here. We've all been talking. You know, Gio Reyna got his first goal. Christian Pulisic got his first goal. But a Gio Reyna friend, one of his best friends actually, is a kid named Joe Scally, and he left New York City FC a couple years ago. Not even a couple years ago. He only was able to make the transfer, I think, when he turned 18 to Gladbach. And, you know, some injuries to their flank players, plus a really, really solid preseason. And little does he know, he probably knew the whole time, but he's starting the DFB Pokal first game, the cup game, and then he starts against Bayern. Starts against Bayern Munich. His first ever Bundesliga game. He's 18 years old. He starts on the left side as a left back, even though he's a right back by trade. And he was one of the better players on the field for them. And actually, Leroy Sané, I mean, he didn't pocket Leroy Sané, but he certainly kept him quiet. And I'm telling you, this kid, there's more of these kids. You and I have talked about this before. This is just scraping the surface. It's like, you know, some unpolished diamonds that if you get the right setting, there are more Joe Scallies out there. And yeah, there's a whole long season ahead. But he has really shown himself well to the Bundesliga. And that's going to be really, really cool moving forward to watch him. So Joe Scally's my last one, although there's so many more.